Wrong call.
Drugs. See your girl in the park. System overload.
This is Sean O'Malley, and you're watching Full-Time MMA. Don't be a bagel-biting, bagel bitch boy, bagel bitch back.
What is going on, Full-Time family? It is time to start the show. It is Thursday, October 25th, which also means tonight while I'm at work. Come get this work mobcast. Check that out. I just realized it's Thursday. Tomorrow's Friday, which means 2 days from now is UFC Monk Tone. 2 days away, Full-Time family. Check the countdown. Let's go, the Full-Time family in this hole. We got Elvis Christian Lacatus in here. Don't block me, mods. I is a good boy. Kim Jong Uzi says at least DJ will get paid. Leon Dubbison in the building. Third zone, Ruside minded. JK MMA is the real deal. First, he said boxing's better than MMA is for thugs and criminals. Chill, Third Zone, chill. Chill. I know you ain't talking with motherfucking who? Broner over there, Mayweather. What you talking about? Wilder. Talking about wanting a body in the ring. What you talking about? Chill. Poor DJ, I believe he won the Cejudo fight as well, says Kim Jong Uzi. Oh, and ain't that fucked up, dude? Ain't that kind of fucked up? That was a close-ass fight. If he won, do you think they still trade him? I don't think that would have worked. Right? Can you trade your champion? Would have just had to like vacate the strap. Trade Henry Cejudo instead. You guys want Henry? Olympic gold medalist. No, he hasn't been the champion, but you guys want Henry? No, but honestly, I think all parties involved are happy with this trade. All parties. From the UFC to Ben Askren to Demetrious Johnson to one. All parties are involved. The only people that are probably not happy about this trade are people that don't like wrestling and people that only watch the UFC. Because if you're one of those guys, you know, you probably were more of a fan of Demetrious Johnson, probably don't know who Ben Askren is that much, and even when you find out about him, you know, he's going to be a really talented wrestler in the division. But, you know, some people, that's like, who was it? You know, some people are more fans of a stand-up style like a McGregor or a Diaz. You even see some fighters, you know, like I felt like I kind of won the round, even though, you know, in MMA scoring, I guess I got dominated. But, you know, but when he broke down the fight, as far as fighting, I won. So you know, there's that thought. But I think Demetrious Johnson's probably even happy with this trade. And I would assume he had to agree to this trade. Now, I have saw somebody pull up, like, a trade clause, it looks like, in UFC contracts. Like, the UFC can trade you. So I guess it is in the contract, but I would imagine this is something Demetrious Johnson had to be okay with. Like, what the fuck? Trade me to one? Okay, I'll just not fight for one. I'll just fucking stay home and play Twitch. I don't live a lavish lifestyle. I'm not out here buying Porsches and Bentleys. You guys fucking trading my contract? Are you fucking dumb? I'm not moving my family to fucking Singapore. The fuck? My kids are like, dude, I'm not leaving. Okay, one, you can give them Ben, but I'm staying here. So Demetrious, I think this is a good fit for him. I think, I don't know how long he's going to be there, right? It might not even be too long. He might go there a couple years, come back. But it's a perfect fit for Demetrious Johnson, for one, because one is an Asian-based MMA promotion. You know, the Asian fans are a lot more respectful to their fighters, and I say that because Demetrious Johnson, I feel like, never got the respect. Maybe it's because he was a flyweight. But hey, Asian-based promotion. Another thing is there's a lot of smaller fighters over there. Shit, they might open up a 115-pound men's division. I wonder if DJ could cut to that weight. I wouldn't be surprised. What if he went over there and became the 115-pound men's? That would be crazy. Like, to see DJ cut down to 115, that would be crazy. I don't even know if that's good for your image. You know, to make 115 pounds. Pause. But no, and not like that. But I'm saying, like, you know, if you're made, but that would really, if DJ made 115 pounds, it would really let everyone know, listen, that's why I'm not going up the fucking bantamweight, guys. Like, I should be fighting down, not up. I don't know, be a champ. But Demetrious Johnson has said, and I believe it might have been before his pseudo fight, in the media before the fight. I don't think it was after the fight. But I brought this up, I believe, 2 shows ago, whenever MMA Buds let us know what was going on. I was like, yo, if you guys remember, Demetrious Johnson was talking about wanting to win belts outside I thought it was a little bit outside of the UFC. I thought it was a little bit of a joke at first because I'm like, well, like, you're signed with the UFC. You're already one of the longest reigning UFC champion. You already at like the highest level as far as the most prestigious belt. So what do you want? Like Bellator's belt, like, you know, KS, and I was joking because there's so many promotions, right? Like, so what do you want? Like 30 belts? Like, do you want to go like to the fucking? I'm sure Atlanta has their own fucking local scene. There's an Atlanta Fight Championship, Las Vegas Fight School, fucking Hard Knock Championships, Baron. You know, there's just so much shit. Like, you want all those belts? Or just the biggest promotions like Bellator, and he might be talking about just the biggest promotions. In that one, he said, you know, I might be interested in a Bellator title, or, you know, a PFL, or, you know, a fucking one championship, you know. So yeah, that's something that would interest me. So that being said, the UFC must have heard that and said, "What? You're willing to go? You're willing to go? Oh well, we're gonna call one right now. Hold on, before we, you know what I'm saying? Before this fight even happens, let's see if one is interested. we DJ just gave us a way to get him the fuck out of here. You know, and all that's why I say all parties involved are happy, because the UFC, yeah, you're losing your longest reigning champion, but Demetrious Johnson made his history, and for one, he never did great business. So it's for one, it's a trade because you're going to get a new 18-0 welterweight that's looked at as one of the best welterweights in the world in exchange for a guy that you know doesn't do great business. But what it does is it opens up floodgates for trades. Damn, dog, where I'm talking about this, and that's like the second topic on the show. That shit is so interesting to me. But it opens up floodgates to trades. I seen Scott Coker retweeted a tweet. Someone was like, "Oh, we're trading now," and someone said, "Yo, what does Bellator have to trade for Tony Ferguson?" I was like, "Oh shit, dog! Tony Ferguson and Bellator, dude. He would be running shit." But I still rather him see. You know, I want to see him fight Khabib and shit first. But after he fights Khabib, let's get a trade going. Fuck it. Yo, this opens up. I wonder if the UFC would do a trade with Bellator openly. I would imagine, at least in this new era. I mean, they've had a lot of shit going, you know, people going back and forth and back and forth. But I don't know. That'd be crazy, right? They seem like they're each other's biggest competition. But that works. You see trades in them, you know, as a former fan, and I'm getting back into it, the NFL, NBA, that's how that's how trades work over there. Like, you know, okay, we'll give you this dude for these two people. Like, I don't know. This opens up floodgates for. I think, I think this is fucking awesome. The fact that we're about to start seeing trades in MMA. But I mean, there's a lot to come, man. This is literally just the beginning. And I'm also a little curious. Does this have anything to do with the Ali Act possibly being extended in the future to MMA? You know what I'm saying? If you don't know much about the Ali Act, from what I know about it is, if the Ali Act was extended to MMA, promotions wouldn't be able to just say, you can only fight for me. If you're an independent contractor, you can go fight for different promotions. I guess like boxers, you know, I guess they can fight for like the WBC or the WBO, or, you know, they can go around and fight for either one. And in the UFC, you can't go to Bellator and then the UFC and then the LFA. You got to stay for one. And if the Ali Act got expanded to MMA, which it's already in boxing, then that would allow fighters to go fight for Bellator if they wanted to. If they didn't feel comfortable with the offer the UFC was giving, okay, well, I'll go fight for Bellator for this fight. Like, so, I mean, you know, that you would imagine that would be bad for the UFC. So, but and that's just how I look at it. I mean, because they wouldn't be able to control as much of their roster, and they got the best fighters in the world. So maybe they're fucking, you know, like preparing for that. Like, well, fuck it, man. People are gonna be fighting everywhere anyway. We might as well try and get some trades out of this. Try and get like a Ben Askren or something. Shit. The people that I would say that you could say, I don't know if the UFC, I don't know if I wouldn't say the UFC has spurned Demetrious Johnson, but anybody that feels like they're not making enough money in the UFC because they're not a draw, well, okay, well then let's see if one wants to pay me, because I'm not a big enough draw to you guys. Well, maybe they wanted me to fight as the face of their promotion, and they'll give me more money. So, a lot of stuff going on with this trade, but I feel like all parties involved are coming up. Even Ben Askren, you get to fight on the highest level, And then one, you get fucking Demetrious Johnson, and you just signed Eddie Alvarez. And I just saw Brandon Vera's like gonna be defending a one championship. I didn't know Brandon Vera was fighting for one. So like all these promotions are coming up out here, low key. But with that being said, all right, let's start the show, you guys. Let's give some shout outs first. Well, we already gave some, but Forward in the building. MMA Buds, Kim Jong Uzi. Is that the official? So Ben is welterweight division now. I mean, they probably still gotta fucking let the ink dry, but yeah, it's pretty much done. Like, Demetrious Johnson changed his Twitter handle from Mighty Mouse UFC to like Mighty One Gaming. Ben Askren said it's 98%, and there's articles on it now on ESPN, the biggest MMA websites. Like, I don't think it's gonna get canceled at this point. It's been announced, so yeah, man, it's happening. But with that being said, let's briefly cover a little McGregor and Khabib. The Nevada State Athletic Commission yesterday, the hearing, we had to go to work, so we didn't get to hear the full. By the time the show was over, we didn't get the full conclusion. But the commission is to release half of Khabib's purse. So $1 million, they're going to keep $1 million, see how much he's going to get fined. It's probably going to be a pretty hefty fine since they're keeping that much after they've looked at all the tape and everything that they've seen so far up to October 21st. First, to still decide to keep $1 million probably means it's going to be a pretty heavy fine. That's what Brett Okamoto, said. Because to keep $1 million out of $2 million, yeah, he's probably going to get fined a pretty nice chunk of that. But I mean, that's still the biggest payday he's ever had, and also that's just his flat purse, right? That's not his pay-per-view points. So he's still made out pretty good, and also he's in a pretty good spot regardless. So, but the suspensions were also extended for Khabib and Conor McGregor, which was actually expected until the hearing that takes place in December. So both of these guys are suspended from combat sports until December, until, they find out what the punishments will be, what the fines will be, if anything, for this brawl that happened after UFC 229. If they're going to hold Conor McGregor responsible at all, they already did release his purse. But afterward, once they reevaluated all the footage and saw that he kind of threw that first punch in the cage, they reevaluated and said, okay, we gotta do a more thorough investigation. See what we think about that first punch. Some people say, well, the brawl was already started. He already saw Khabib jump over the octagon. So now Conor's got to protect himself at all times. So whenever there's someone this close to you, I guess you fucking punch him. Some people are saying, shit, the brawl was already started, so Conor was in the right to throw that punch. Defend yourself at all times in the octagon. A little bit of a stretch for me. I felt like Conor just bombed that motherfucker who could have potentially be going to de-escalate the situation. But we'll see how the investigation plays out. But Khabib likely going to be facing suspension. And if it's a 6-month suspension, which I think is probably the minimum it'll be, if it's a 6-month suspension, they'll probably count these 2 months, leading up to December. So that would put you like 4 months into 2019, like April, May-ish. Khabib would be coming back around. And I'm not going to lie, I don't know the exact dates on Ramadan, but I think it's around April, maybe March-ish. So it's going to be like right around the time of Ramadan. So hopefully it'll be around the time of the end of Ramadan, so it'll be like he can just go through that while he's in his suspension, and it won't be just him not defending the belt. That would be dope, but it would suck if like his suspension ends and then Ramadan starts, and it's like, well, suspension's over, but I got to be out for like a month or so. So we'll see what happens, but we're not going to get an update on that case until December. Boxing much better than MMA for thugs. And wait, are we still on? Oh, I'm way down. I'm way up. Jacob De La Cruz in here says, "What's that kid from One's Name, Mr. Perfect?" Oh, this dude. Tenshin Nasukawa. Yeah, I gotta check this dude out. I was gonna check him out. I didn't have time yesterday before work, but I got it pulled up. I'm gonna check out some of his shit for sure. Tenshin Nasukawa. Check him out. He's supposed to be a beast over at 1, I believe. Forward says, hopefully, but we got worse striking than rousing. DJ deserves the money and has nothing to prove, says Jorge 1. Yeah, he's probably going to get good money over there. Fucking his own anime You know what I'm saying? And that's probably even more better than the money for DJ. And that's no cap. I'm not even joking. Like he probably that would probably mean more to DJ than the fucking cash. Like what? I get my own fucking anime. Y'all gonna play that shit on fucking Singapore TV? Little Mighty Mouse running around fucking shit up. What? Yo, Jacob De La Cruz says, already read that one. Third zone, Ruside Minded says, I never knew MMA did trades. I thought people just left when their contract ended. I guess we learn something new every day. Well, this is the first time there's been a public trade. Normally, that's always how it's been. Like, oh yeah, their contract expired and they signed with someone else. I'm like, what? Why didn't we get news that their contract expired? That should have been bigger news. Someone will just pop up at Bellator like, oh yeah, I guess my contract was expired actually, and we didn't actually know. So yeah, I guess I could sign. Like, are you sure? Like whenever Eddie Alvarez was leading up to being a free agent, we heard about it. Another guy, Sage Northcutt, right? And I guess it's because it's not always public information, but he just became a free agent. I didn't know his last fight was the last fight on his contract. If Sage Northcutt's a free agent, why the fuck ain't he signed by Bellator or One right now? Like, or re-signed by the UFC, maybe because he knows he has options, but either way. But, yeah, before this, there hasn't ever been anyone that publicly came out and said, we'll give you this fighter for that fighter. This is the first time this is starting to happen publicly, but I do believe it's probably happened behind the scenes many times. I mean, we've seen a whole lot of shifting going on, especially in these last couple of years, even with commentators and fighters. And Bellator's always worked with guys like Rizin. Like, we'll send like King Mo over to Rizin. You guys let us fight with like Satoki Ishii. And, so there's always been little deals, but never publicly like this trade champion. And at this level, champion for champion. And on Demetrious Johnson's stature specifically, one of the greatest fighters of all time. So yeah, man, that anime would be sick, says Fat Ninja Flip. Oh, it would. I 100% I'm watching that shit. Get DJ in fucking anime, bro. Get him One Punch Mouse. One Punch Mighty Mouse. Something. Jorge One says Ben Askren's face is already an anime character. Oh, Jorge with the motherfucking heat. Leon Dobson says, I'm a big fan of Khabib, but Tony takes it in my opinion. Man, Tony he's gonna embrace the grind from the bottom, pause. But Khabib, he's if he don't get caught in a submission, I think I would give Khabib the edge. But I think Tony Ferguson has the best chance to beat Khabib out of anybody we've fought so far. Unfickle Fight Fan says there is an established. He said, if there was an established fighters union, there would probably be more trades and such. Yeah, and that might be on the way. I mean, because could you imagine if like the UFC traded a fighter against their will? Like that sounds like, but I mean, like in the NBA, you can just be traded. Like you don't say I don't unless there's only the biggest stars in the game have a no trade clause. Any other than that, teams are trying to get better. They can trade you. It don't matter who you are. Fucking a team might trade you, and it's to make the team better. You might find out at practice, hey, you just got traded to the fucking Knicks. Like, oh, I guess we're moving to New York. Now, in MMA, it's a little different, right? Because they're independent contractors for one and shit like that. But could you imagine that, like, a Demetrious Johnson, like, he wouldn't even have to do it. He wouldn't even have to leave. But that would be crazy. Somebody like, you're fighting for Bellator, like, Kamaru Usman, right? Somebody that feels like they ain't got their shine, like, what's up, Usman? You're close to a title shot as you've ever been. But you just got traded to Bellator. He's like, what the fuck? What? No, I gotta fight Colby. Even if I don't get a title shot next, I want to fuck Colby up. I'm not going. What the fuck? Oh, that would be crazy, right? That would be crazy. Corey Wood says, why didn't Conor get fined for doing the same thing to Aldo and his son? Which thing? I didn't know what he did to Aldo and his son. What did he? I don't know what he did to Aldo's son when he jumped in out of the octagon. Maybe are you talking about? I mean, Jacob De La Cruz says Ben can pass for 2005 Skater Stoner. Probably was in 2005. Shit. Third zone, Ruside Minded says makes sense. Unfickle Fight Fan, do you think Brian Ortega would have a chance against Khabib? His ability off his back would give him problems. I think no. I mean, yeah, he's got a submissions chance, but I wouldn't pick him to win. I don't give him a good chance. I mean, he's got the clutch gene, but not against Khabib. Nah. I mean, but yeah, he's a jiu-jitsu guy going against a guy that wants to put you on your back. So ideally and matchup wise, that's a good matchup for Brian Ortega. He's got a chance to win it, but I wouldn't. It might be like I would go like 70% Khabib, 75% Khabib, 25% Ortega, but he's got a small chance to win. PK Boxing and MMA in the building. Full-time MMA salute to PK Boxing and MMA. Make sure you go check out his channel. Jacob De La Cruz says it's only 30% of Usman's contract. Trade. He would only be fucking making 30% of the money, maybe, right? Because if you're not going to be a face of Bellator, I don't think they make the same amount of money. But yeah, no, they'd probably have this. You'd probably have the same contract that the UFC had. They'd have to pay you the same amount of money that the UFC gave you. Pyrotechnics in the building. Conor jumped out the ring but didn't attack anyone. That's what I was thinking. I was about to. He didn't jump kick anybody. But yeah, fighters have jumped out of the ring and they don't always get fined. But you've seen it, You've seen fighters jump out the ring. I think I can remember Romero jumping out once, but he jumped out and just like saluted the crowd and got like right back in. Nothing crazy. I think as long as you don't like drop kick someone in the crowd, you might be good. Deep Pack Sharma says Khabib was lucky. Next time Conor will murder him. Yo, he better takes another fight, and his training very serious. He just made a lot of money. He's on a notorious motherfucking Proper 12 world tour. He's on a proper 12. He's got to go sell all this liquor, make this real established. Even though he lost, he's got to take it like a champ. Go to the Dallas Cowboy Stadium, give everybody some of this hot proper 12. Well, cold proper 12. And he's out doing that right now. So once he finishes that, he's gonna have to take his training super serious, take another fight, then take his training super serious again, and then possibly rematch Khabib for a chance to win. Even then, it's gonna be tough. Moise Audio says Bob Bennett said Khabib broke several Nevada state laws. Well, I mean, I could imagine like assault. You know what I'm saying? Kicking somebody even though they decided not to press charges. I would imagine that's like one. Conor should take time off, says Arpit. I don't think so. I don't think he's took too much time off. Take a little time just to sell your liquor, but you got to get back to training. You can't, bro. He took time off for his son. Before the Mayweather fight, he was taking time off. After the Mayweather, this nigga's been on a long vacation in between fights. I think he went from fighting Diaz to Mayweather, maybe 6 months, maybe more. I don't know, around that time frame. That pretty good vacation. After that, he took some time off. Like, he's got to takes training serious. He's been on vacation too much on yachts and money and suits and whiskey and fashion. You got to get back to fighting. Fuck time off. But I hear you. Proper Tour says on that Irish rat. Wait, no, Connor's not the rat, right? He's the one that calls everybody a rat. Moise Audio says Ortega takes a lot of damage. Yeah, that's not what you don't want to get smashed by Khabib. You have to fucking be praying he puts himself in position to get submitted. You have to be praying like it's a submission's chance. It might be lower than 25, but I think I'll stick to 25 just because Ortega's that dude. Corey McVilly says no, Conor needs to come back and tap out against Tony Thomas. Tony Thomas, I don't care. Okay, with that being said, let's move on. We got also the Nevada State Athletic Commission. Aside from extending the suspensions and also holding $1 million of Khabib's purse, they're also blaming both managers for this UFC 229 brawl a little bit. He says, you should know that the Nevada State Athletic Commission made a concerted effort on 2 independent occasions to speak with both managers of fighters and tell them, listen, we don't want any problems during the ceremonial weigh-ins. And at the end of the fight, I specifically spoke with them. We didn't want to be in a position that we were in today. Had they would have managed their fighters in a professional manner, unfortunately, they didn't take heed to my comments, and that's why we're here today. So he's clearly one of them. I told you so, motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Like, I told you. I tried to tell you. No, but with that being said, shit, Khabib's manager stayed backstage after the fight. Khabib's manager, I mean, in the lead up to the fight or the ceremonial weigh-ins, I believe, he said he stayed backstage because he said, I didn't want the attention on me. I stayed the fuck out the way because I already knew if I came out there, it would be, the attention would get possibly put on me. So, but yeah, man, leading up to the fight at the first press conference, Conor brought Khabib's manager into it, and it was madness. But yeah, so Nevada State Athletic Commission also putting a little bit of blame on the managers for that brawl. Now, with that being said, we already talked about it a little bit, the Demetrious Johnson trade, but there's so much to talk about here in potential trades. I mean, like I said, I'll pull up Scott Coker's Twitter. He was like, "Oh, we're trading now," and he retweeted someone like, "What does Bellator need to trade for Tony Ferguson?" Twitter. Let's see. Oh, so he put trades, and then maybe that's what somebody put on the comments. Or no, that's what I think he liked it. Somebody made that tweet and he liked it and it showed up on my timeline. But either way, Scott Coker's like, "Yo, I got some ideas. Want to work out some trades, huh?" Well, shit. Bellator just re-signed Michael Chandler, but now we can still see Michael Chandler in the UFC. Michael Chandler they ain't gonna give up Kevin Lee. Ooh, Tony Ferguson. Maybe. After Ferguson fights Khabib. Michael Chandler for like a Gaethje. I mean, what the fuck? There's so much potential, dog. So much potential for these trades. But with that being said, before we really get into talking about Demetrious Johnson one more time, man, before he goes to fight for one, it's time for a little intermission. Demetrious Johnson versus Ray Borg, the rap to the race. MMA parody. Make sure you check out UFC Yankovic. Actually, this one's on this channel. I couldn't find this one on UFC Yankovic. I might still need to upload it. Either way, flashback, Throwback Thursday. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo. Mic check. It's Mighty Mouse in this bitch. Hey. And fuck John Jones. Fuck Ray Borg, I'm about to knock him out. I'ma move up and bite TJ, I'ma shut that nigga's mouth. Shut his mouth. And fuck John Jones, I'm the #1 pound for pound. While you was out sandblasting hoes, I was defending my crown. I'm at the house smoking kush, playing Xbox. Ray Borg think he fucking with me, boy, you need to just stop. I'm about to beat your ass till I make the ref stop. Sniper gang starts a TKO with a headshot.
Oh, shit. Demetrious Johnson. We don't need to play Ray Borg's verse right now because this is Demetrious Johnson news. But holy shit!
And fuck John Jones, I'm the #1 pound for pound. While you was out sandblasting hoes, I was defending my crown.
What y'all know about that? Jacob Dela Cruz says, Tony, the cringe doctor. Corey McFilly says, Sherbert time. Bob Cratchit says, Bellator is the MMA island of misfit toys. Tony will fit right in. Ooh, let's go. I kind of want to see Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chandler, so I don't know if you can make that trade work. Pyrotechnique said the UFC should allow the fans to vote on who they want to see fight. That would be dope. That would be dope. But, like, they should at least do it for, like, every card. Like, each card, we should at least get to vote on one fight. I know it's probably not realistic to let us vote, like, every card up, right? But we should at least, every card, have an option. Do you guys want to see this fight or this fight? And if we pick that one, okay, well, that's the one on the Fight Pass prelims. You guys chose this fight. The fan fight of the night is on Fight Pass prelims. You guys picked this fight. Like, let's say there's normally 3 fights on the prelims. Well, you fucking put 2 on the prelims, and then you give us an option for that 3rd fight. Do you guys want to see, like, Jason Knight versus Jordan Rinaldi, or do you want to fucking see Artem Lobov versus fucking Michael Johnson? And let us pick, and whichever one wins, put that on this card. And we feel like we're in on it. We pick the fight. It makes us want to get Fight Pass to watch the fight we picked. I mean, put your boy in the marketing department somewhere. I'll fucking fit right in. I'm just saying. My dream trade is Bellator welterweight tournament winner for Robbie Lawler. Yo, Robbie Lawler to Bellator. Oh, shit! Forward! Why'd you do that? That's a very real possibility. Michael Chandler for Robbie Lawler. Boom, boom, boom. Now we're bumping dicks. Pause. I mean, now we're right on par. I like that trade. Oh, shit, son. Hobby Lawler for fucking Michael Chandler. Oh, shit, son. That's crazy. Because Roy's over there fucking shit up. And we know, no matter how much shit you fuck up, we don't know if you want to fight Robbie again. Oh, shit. This is one of those times in which my eyes popped out of my head because it's like, oh, shit, Robbie to Bellator. That's got to happen. That's got to happen. Whatever happened to Bobby Lashley, says Jacob De La Cruz. He does a little bit of work with professional wrestling, a little bit of work with Bellator. You know what I'm saying? When he's not fighting for Bellator, he's probably doing some professional wrestling somewhere. What happened? Make Lawler great again, says Corey McVilly. Yo, that would be so perfect. I'm telling you, make Lawler great again. Bellator, Chandler for Lawler. Get it. Get it. Bob Cratchit says, would be nice if the UFC would at least be open to cross-promotion fights. Yeah, they're not open to cross-promotion fights yet. But, shit, they're starting to have champions over there. Fucking, they're welterweight, they're light heavyweight, or they're welterweight, they're middleweight. And Ryan Bader's potentially going to be their champ. Like, all of these guys could compete with UFC fighters legitimately. Best fighters in the world. So, shit, we're a handshake away from seeing a whole champion versus champion Bellator versus UFC card. Like, we could make some shit happen, bro. We're getting close to that point. Bob Cratchit said it would be nice if the UFC... Oh, I just read that. Yeah. This motherfucker... Well, do we not got no motherfucking mods in here? Is this motherfucker just writing like this? Where's he at? Oh, why is he not showing up on here? What the hell? Did you guys already wrench this guy? Maybe it's because I don't have live chat up or something? Yeah, what the fuck is this watch live motorsport football shit? It didn't pop up because I was on top chat. Bro, YouTube should not just automatically put you on top chat. It should put you on live chat. I want to see everything. I'm not some fucking sensitive puss. I'll ban the shit if I don't like it. Or fucking close my eyes, goddamn. Where full time you lost me with the bumping dicks. That's where I found me. Pause. Whilst MVP come over to the UFC, shit gets real. Oh, you guys gotta stop it. Stop forward. You're overloading me with these potential matchups of awesomeness. Fucking Hobby Lawler to Bellator. MVP versus Sage Northcutt's gotta happen at some point. That sounds like a perfect fight. Like, that should happen probably in some dojo in a karate school. But either way, I'll watch it. I'll watch it. It's not even a trade, says Jacob De La Cruz. But shit, I like it. MVP versus Stylebender. MVP versus Till maybe a little closer. He's made 170, but I like it. I like it. Hobby versus Rory Part 3. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's why I'm going crazy over here at the thought of Hobby Lawler to Bellator, because Lawler versus Rory 3, with what Rory's been doing in Bellator, is so fucking spicy. PK Boxing and MMA says Rory still has nightmares about that second Lawler fight. Man, over there, that's what I'm saying, bro. You can be the welterweight champion over there. You can win the welterweight Grand Prix. But do you really want round 3? If you know what I'm saying. With Hobby Lawler. Bumping dick, says Leo Davidich. Oh, Jacob De La Cruz says, y'all, Bellator's middleweight Rafael Lovato is the real deal. Y'all think Bellator's middleweight? No, their middleweight champion is Gegard Mousasi, good sir. Watterson versus Lee. You mean Angela Unstoppable Lee? At like atom weight? Ooh. Bro, one needs Michelle Watterson. She can fight at atom weight. They're looking for big stars. They need her W. They already got Lee, but I like that, Jorge. Alex Garcia versus Court McGee. Who do y'all think will win? Court McGee's at home. He's a slight underdog. He could win the fight. He could grind out Alex Garcia, but I think I give a slight edge. I think in my prediction I give a slight edge to Alex Garcia, but it's a winnable fight for Court. Give up, Conde, says Jacob De La Cruz. PK Boxing says Brunson versus Adesanya is a coin flip. It actually is, and the odds are like 3-1 Adesanya, so if you're betting, put a little something on Brunson maybe. Full pay-per-view later, champs versus UFC champs, all one card. That's what I'm saying. Like, we're on the way. We need a couple more champs. If Michael Chandler can win his belt back, there's another champion we could see. Fucking Chandler versus Khabib. I got Khabib, but either way, it's there. It'd be better like Chandler versus Ferguson, but either way. Almighty Khan says, never forget Khabib smash your boy 6 October. Yo, never forget. And that's our boy, bro. We're all fans of McGregor. Khabib's my boy, too. Never forget that, motherfucker. Never forget. I'm a big Khabib fan and a big Conor fan, motherfucker. Kayla is not ready yet, says Lolita Davidich. 2020. Let's go, 2020. And new women's featherweight champion of the world, Kayla. Two-time Harrison. Let's go. Khabib smashed your boy Chandler, already lost. Lily Davis says Cyborg versus Dana. Eubanks versus Dana. Forward says Brunson is going to sleep. It's very likely. Very likely. See if he uses his wrestling or not. But standing up, I got Adesanya. Dutch Style Black Cloud says Askren will humble Khabib. If Khabib wants to move up to 170, but I've never heard him wanting to do that. Kayla learned if you're going to dream big. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And like I've thought about it. Like, I get it. Like, when a fighter is just getting into MMA, it sounds crazy to call out the champion. It doesn't matter who you are. It sounds crazy, right? When Tatiana Suarez first started MMA, nobody was like, oh, shit. The pressure wasn't on, like, look at this girl. But she wasn't in the media also, like, at 1-0 saying, one of these days I'm going to beat Joanna. I'm coming for Joanna. Or maybe she did and we just didn't see the interview. That's the thing about Harrison. She's got a lot bigger spotlight on her. You know, a lot of fighters aren't getting fucking TMZ interviews when they're 0-0. A lot of fighters aren't fucking on that big of a stage. You know? And so that's kind of where I give her a little bit of a pass on that. If you're on a huge interview and somebody asks you, yo, why are you getting into MMA? What's the answer? What do you guys think her answer is with no Cyborg? To be the best, right? Yo, Kayla Harrison, why are you getting into MMA? You're already so successful. You got a book. You're a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. A gold medalist. You're a 2-time Olympic judoka gold medalist. Ronda Rousey, we see what she did. She was a bronze medalist. Does that kind of inspire you? Well, yeah, Ronda Rousey always inspired me. As a matter of fact, that's how I got my gold medal. I used to train under Ronda, and I used to always, you know, look up to her and her success, and I wanted to beat her. I wanted to do better than her. That motivated me to get my gold medal. In fact, it motivated me to get 2 gold medals. So why are you coming to MMA? Like, you don't need to get punched in the face. What are you over here for? Well, I wouldn't be coming if I didn't want to be the best. And you already know the questions are coming. Well, the best is Chris Cyborg. A lot of people are scared to fight Cyborg. Well, I'm here to be the best. If you're telling me Cyborg's the best, then yeah, I got to take out Cyborg. I'm gonna take my time and make sure I'm ready for it. You have to prepare to be the best. You can't just fucking win an Olympic gold medal in your first judo match. You got to prepare for that. You can't beat Cyborg in your first MMA fight. But I tell you fucking what, I trained a full year before I took my first fight with the best camp in the world. American Top Team. I'm training with champions. And by the way, training with Nunes and Joanna, they're already champions. But you know how Kayla rolls. If she's got training partners that have success, she wants to surpass that. So now that she's training with Nunes and Joanna Jędrzejczyk, and they're already the queens, Joanna was the queen of 115. She only lost to Rose. Well, she still got the best resume at 115. The biggest legend, she's still a bigger name in the division as far as her legacy is concerned. Nunes, bantamweight GOAT, the fucking B-GOAT. There's no bantamweight on this planet that's, aside from Kat Zingano earlier in her career, but as of right now, where Amanda Nunes is right now, I don't see any bantamweight beating Amanda Nunes. She's proved that with who she's beaten. The only fight left for Amanda Nunes really is Holly Holm out of like the four horsewomen at bantamweight. Now Caitlin Vieira's coming up, and there's always challengers coming up. Aspen Ladd, and there's always challengers coming up. But as far as the top fighters, I mean, Amanda Nunes is the queen of bantamweight. So she's training with Joanna. She's training with Nunes. How can she surpass someone that's already a champion? Not by being a champion when Cyborg leaves. You can't just be a featherweight champion. That's not how you surpass them. You have to beat the best. And oh, by the way, that was her whole goal anyway. The only reason she got in here was to be the best. So on top of wanting to surpass her teammates, which are some of the best teammates in the world, American Top Team, and training for a full year before her first fight. She trained, people missed that. I think she just fucking got off the judo mats before her first fight. And she got in here, and all she is a judoka. Judoka. That's not all she is. She's an MMA fighter. She trained for a full year with one of the best camps in the world before her first fight. And who else, by the way, has the spotlight put on them on their first fight, by the way? Did any of you guys watch John Jones' first fight? Did any of you guys see Ronda Rousey's first fight? Did any of you guys give a fuck about Conor McGregor's first fight? Did any of you give a fuck about Chris Cyborg's first fight? Were you watching it? Didn't think so. That's a whole nother level of pressure on Kayla Harrison. So she beats Brittany Elkins in her first pro fight after training for a full year with the American Top Team. And what do the Harrison haters say? What do the Harrison haters have to say about that? Oh, come on, y'all. She beat Brittany Elkins 3-4. Brittany Elkins is 3-4. She ain't gonna beat nobody else. Come on, she once she gets in there with a real fighter that don't have a losing record, this girl is done. So, she gets booked against Josette Cotton, #1 head busser, coming in ready to expose Kayla. She said, she was talking about Cyborg, that bitch can't fight. Motherfucking Harrison, she gonna get exposed as soon as she get hit with some hands. She ain't got no hands. She gonna go out, you know what I'm saying? She was ready. She was a fighter that ain't been getting her opportunity. She was heated up going into that fight. And oh, by the way, the most important part is her record was 8-2. 8-2 record. Now, we can go back through the list. Did John Jones fight somebody with the 8-2 record in his second pro fight? Did Ronda Rousey fight someone with the 8-2 record in her second pro fight? Did Chris Cyborg fight somebody with the 8-2 record in her second pro fight? Actually, that's a good question. Chris Cyborg, Sherdog. It's actually a good question. Vanessa Puerto, when she fought Chris Cyborg, was 3-1. So, Kayla Harrison fought somebody that was 8-2 in her second fight. Now they're saying, oh, Josette didn't have a ground. What the fuck? Now Josette don't have no ground game. Oh, well, but what about the head movement we saw before the takedowns? This was a 3-round fight. We saw a lot of domination. What about the leg kicks? What about the high kicks? What about the punches to the body? If she didn't have no head movement and was scared of getting fucking cracked, why would she be punching someone in the fucking body, putting her, she's all type of exposed for a hook or anything. When you're throwing a fucking, straight to the body, you're exposed. You can get punched. A hook, there's all type of shit. She was working on standing up, regardless of Josette's jiu-jitsu, standing up, throwing high kicks, low kicks, showing head movement. No one gave her credit for that. No one gave her credit for fighting an 8-2 fighter in her second pro fight. Now listen, Cyborg and her what? She fought in her second pro fight. She fought a chick that was 3-1. So you can give that nod. And now let's look up John Jones. I'm just pulling up the best. John Jones, sure dog. Let's see who these people fought in their second pro fights. Second pro fight, Carlos Eduardo. He was 1-1. So in John Jones' second pro fight, he fights a guy that's 1-1. Cyborg fights a chick that's 3-1, and this was way back before MMA was developed, so you could imagine the chick was less skilled at 3-1 than Josette Cotton, who's in 2018 8-2. So Josette was tougher than that chick. Kayla dominated her. But still, Kayla Harrison's all hype, right? What the fuck? No! Sorry, guys. That's not the case. Not hype. And even if in 2020, by the way, after training with the best team in the world for 3 years at that time, after getting legit fight experience, people say, oh, she's not going to be ready for Cyborg in the next 2 years. She's only going to be 8-0. Same people. Got a question for you. Is Tatiana Suarez ready for a title fight right now? Because she's 7-0. So Kayla Harrison won't be ready at 8-0, but Tatiana Suarez will be. Okay. Okay. Yeah, make that make sense. So, 8-0. Training with one of the best camps in the world. It's not like we just see fucking Cyborg coming out here and out wrestling chicks. She's beating bitches down. I mean, Cyborg, yeah, she's got a ground game, I'm sure. She's well-rounded, but it's not her sharp point. She's not just out here coming out here doing a Kevin Lee, using her striking to set up a takedown, putting the body lock on motherfuckers and rear naked. When's the last time you see Cyborg had a body triangle on somebody? I can't recall it. She's always beating bitches down and they're out of there. When's the last time she took someone down, locked in a body triangle, and fucking was attempting a rear naked choke or something? Pounding them from the back. Boom. You know, that position is so common. I think actually Yana Kunitskaya might have took her down once. And someone pointed out, if Yana, a bantamweight's taking you, this motherfucker, Kayla Harrison is a big girl. She's strong. You don't think she can get a takedown? This girl's been fighting 8-2 fighters since her second fucking pro fight. Yeah, this is too easy. This is too easy. This is easy work. John Jones, somebody that was 1-1 in his second pro fight. Cyborg, someone that was 3-1 in her second pro fight. Who's another GOAT? I don't know, GSP. Who did he fight in his second pro fight? Let's see. Because I'm curious. Justin Brackman. Who the fuck is Justin Brackman? 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at GSP, 4-1. That's pretty much the same thing. 8-2, 4-1. Duplicated, but still Josette's more experienced in his 2018. This was in 2002, before MMA was fucking MMA. And it wasn't the UFC. It was the UCC. So what the fuck I'm saying is, people are holding Harrison to way higher standards than they would hold anyone else to. She can't do nothing right. I guess because she said the word cyborg, even though it's legit. I just want to be the best in the world. If you pay attention to what I've done in my life, I came up behind Ronda Rousey. I wanted to beat her. I wanted to be the best. Guess what I did? I did it. 2 gold medals. Now I'm with Nunes, Joanna Jacek. I made sure I'm doing it the right way. I took a full year before I became a fighter. That's why I'm whooping girls that are 8-2 in my second pro fight. You see the head movement. You see the striking variety, diversity, high kicks. You see fucking leg kicks. You see attacks to the body. You see takedowns. You see top control. You're lucky I can't throw no fucking elbows, by the way. Let's go. Man, this ain't even supposed to be a long show. Here I am on another tangent. Bob Cratchit in London calling just in time for the Harris Simp segment. No, man, you got to hit rewind for about 20 minutes for the Harrison Facts segment. That's a hater Harrison comment you just made. But since you... Wait, did you see the part? I gotta pull up this part. I gotta pull up this part for you, man, because I brought up the point. Who was everybody else fighting in their second pro fight? You know what I'm saying? Since everyone's talking about, because first they said Oh, Brittany Elkins had a losing record. She's 3-4. What the fuck? Is Kayla Harrison supposed to fight somebody that's 7-0 in her first fight? It's her first pro fight. You know who Dylan Dennis and all these other motherfuckers are fighting in their first fight? What the fuck? That was her first fight, but they still, the Harrison haters found a way to say, oh, she's only 3-4. Wait till she fights someone that can strike. So we get Jose Cotton, the #1 head buster, 8-2, in her second pro fight. Kayla Harrison's fighting a girl that is 8-2 in her second pro fight. So I say, wait, who is everybody else fighting in their second pro fight? Matter of fact, I mean, Cyborg is probably the best. I mean, we pulled up John Jones. He wasn't fighting somebody as tough. But this is who Cyborg fought in her second pro fight. A girl that was 3-1. So how can you give Harrison slack for fighting a girl that's 8-2 and say, oh, well, her jiu-jitsu wasn't as good as, her jiu-jitsu's not as good as Kayla's ground game? You don't think this chick's, half the bitches that Cyborg's fought, something ain't on her level. There ain't no one on Cyborg's level. So half the girls she's fought from 4-0 to 2-0 to 2-1, what the fuck ever, haven't been on her level in some aspect. This Vanessa Porto chick, when she was 3-1 and fought Cyborg, you can say, oh, Vanessa Porto's striking wasn't on the level of Cyborg's. That's why Cyborg won. She fought a girl that wasn't on her level. She was only 3-1. Kayla Harrison's fighting a girl that's 8-2. Kayla Harrison took a... You missed the segment. I'm not going to re-go into it, bro, but I laid it out there for the Harrison haters. This is undeniable. It's undeniable. Anyone hating on Harrison is literally a Harrison hater. Only thing you might not like is the fact that she gets asked about Cyborg and she entertains the question. But with her background and her history, she's giving the exact answer you would expect. I got in the sport to be the best. The only way I can be the best is to beat Cyborg. So that's what I'm coming for. People say, oh, she won't be ready for 5 years. Same people will say Tatiana Suarez is ready for a title shot at 7-0. There's a lot of hating. There's a lot of hating that goes on with Harrison. And I'm unbiased. I'm a Cyborg fan and a Harrison fan. I'm telling you, Cyborg's the GOAT. If they fought tomorrow, Cyborg would beat the shit and have her leaking. Have Kayla Harrison shit all bad. If they fought tomorrow in an MMA cage, lock that motherfucker and you had Herb Dean, Dan Merkley or Mario Yamasaki in there, it would be bad news for Kayla Harrison. But what I'm saying is, with the approach she's taken and her legit background and the year she's training with the American top team, not Edmund Tarvarian, her teammates, the best female fighters in the world, who by the way, Amanda Nunes is about to get some rounds in with Cyborg to help her that much more. She's going to take next year, fight in the PFL tournament, win 5 fights probably, be 8-0 2020 time. How is she not going to be ready to challenge? That makes no fucking sense to me. That's hating. I'm unbiased. I'm telling you right now. Even if Kayla Harrison loses to Cyborg in 2020, that's how you know I'm being unbiased. Because I'm not just saying, oh, Cyborg has no chance. Even if Kayla Harrison loses to Cyborg in 2020, she's one of the best female fighters on the planet. Just because you lose to the GOAT don't mean you suck. Daniel Cormier lost to fucking John Jones. That don't mean he's a hype job. He beat everybody else. Who else can beat him? Do you think Megan Anderson can fucking beat Kayla Harrison? 2020, it's not close. Even now, I give Kayla Harrison that edge. Good fucking luck. You got to keep Kayla Harrison standing. Full Time thinks he's unbiased. I'm more unbiased than any of the motherfucking Harrison haters. That's facts. You gotta be. That's 100% facts. I mean, I don't know who's more. I'm not a Cyborg hater. I'm not a person that hates on Cyborg. So, you know who else? There's gonna be people that hate on Cyborg, and there's gonna be people that are on Team Cyborg that hate on Harrison. I like them both. So I don't see the bias here. I see the logic in this. I mean, I see the facts in this. I mean. If we could pull up a pen, this is something I'll debate. This is one of the ones I'll debate because I got facts. We can talk about from start to finish, man. Harrison's not a hype job, none of that shit. And even if she loses to Cyborg in 2021, she'll be the next best female fighter on the planet. I mean, as far as the featherweight division is concerned, who's up there that's gonna beat Kayla Harrison? And people like to compare Ronda Rousey to Kayla Harrison, but only for the bad shit. Only for the fucking bad shit. Whenever they talk about Ronda Rousey not having head movement and getting exposed, they say, oh, look, she's not going to have head movement. She's going to get exposed like Ronda Rousey because they're both judokas. But no one ever says, oh, Ronda Rousey won the fucking belt and defended it, or she got the belt and defended it 7 times and took the sport to all new levels. No one ever says Kayla Harrison's going to do that, right? When they compare her to Ronda Rousey. No one ever says, oh, shit, Ronda Rousey took the sport to all new levels. Fucking 20-second submissions, armbar bitches in the first round, brought all new eyes to the sport, defended the belt 7 times. No one ever says, oh, but she's going to do that. Kayla Harrison's going to do that. They only want to compare her to Ronda Rousey when it's time to talk about Edmund Tarvarian and fucking head movement and getting exposed. All right. It's all good. I'll ride the Harrison train. You guys can come on later. And I understand Cyborg Nation will never, and I'm part of Cyborg Nation, but I guess I'm like on the back end, because I'm on the unbiased cart, like on the Cyborg train. I'm part of Cyborg Nation, but I guess I'm not a Cyborg simp. Do you have to be a Cyborg simp to be in Cyborg Nation? Because I'm a big fan of Cyborg and her fighting and what she does, but I'm not saying she's going to be unbeatable for her whole career, because I know that's not realistic. Everybody loses, no matter who you are. So with that being said, and when you're looking at prospects, when you're looking at featherweight prospects, can you please give me one better than Kayla Harrison? I'll wait. When you're looking at featherweight prospects, can you give me one better than Kayla Harrison? Yeah, I don't know. It's going to be tough. Kayla Harrison, and they're saying Kayla Harrison is rushing. Do you think the same thing about Tatiana Suarez? Do you think Tatiana Suarez is too close to the title for her own good? Because Tatiana Suarez is only 7-0. Do you think Tatiana Suarez is rushing? Is Tatiana Suarez rushing? Kayla's not a featherweight yet. Yeah, not yet, but she can make it. She'll definitely be able to make it. So as a prospect, lightweight, featherweight prospect, as a Chris Cyborg challenger prospect, who's a better prospect? Have you tried to get Kayla on the show, and do you have any other potential interviews in the works since Mr. Perfect 2005? Yeah, I reached out to her team in the past, but they politely declined, but there was a lot of shit going on with her manager, Ali Abdelaziz, at the time. You know what I'm saying? And so it could have been something to do with that. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a fucking fan of the sport. I'm not, you know what I'm saying, like, media credential. Like, I don't expect people just to give every YouTube, you know what I'm saying? You can't give every fucking YouTube channel an interview. If I call, and then Infamous calls, and then Coach calls, and then, you know, all the people that have channels, like, you can't expect these fighters to give us all a fucking interview. You know, and because meanwhile, while all us little YouTube channels who really nobody knows, some people do, right? I'm not downplaying us all the way, but we're super small. We're on the scale. So you got guys like Ariel Helwani and fucking Luke Thomas and all these other good reporters, you know, on the MMA beats, and all these MMA credentialed reporters that are also trying to get interviews. And then you got so I don't expect everybody to give me an interview, and especially someone like Kayla Harrison. It's not like she's a hungry fighter on the come up. She's already with the American top team. She's already an Olympic gold medalist. She's already got a book out. She don't fucking need, you know, so I don't even look at that any type of way. But I have tried to interview with her. But other than that, Tatiana Suarez, she said that she would come on the show, but I had to work and didn't get back to her for 6 hours or something like that, or, you know, a lengthy amount of time. I didn't see it, and also my phone's off, so unless I'm at home on Wi-Fi, I can't check my Instagram immediately. So I reached out like, yo, you know, if you're interested in promoting anything, you can come on my channel. That'd be dope. I'd like to interview you. And she was like, all right, sure. And then I didn't see it 6 hours later, and then I was like, all right, well, just give me any time, free this whole next week or tomorrow, anytime. And I never got a reply. But other than that, yeah, no, I got too much shit going on, man. Like, between trying to figure out shit in real life to get shit handled, like, I don't got a lot of, I don't know, time to just be I feel like hunting down interviews with people who might not want to interview you. Like, I feel like if somebody wants to do it, the door's always open. I got an open door policy. I'll interview anybody that, whether it's a fucking fan, a fighter that wants to promote some shit, I'll let anybody come on here and just talk some MMA, you know, but I don't really, you know, I'm not a journalist. I'm a fan. You know what I'm saying? I don't get paid for this. You know, I get paid pennies on the dollar. I'm not trying to fucking, you know, and it's a lot harder when you don't have like a phone, right? If I had a dope ass phone, like I could just be sending motherfuckers messages on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter all day. But when I'm here at work, I'm setting up a stream. I'm doing something for, you know, I'm working. I'm not fucking on Facebook messaging, you know, fighter. Oh, what's this fighter's manager? We message him. I've sent out like, you know, so yeah, I'm not huge on trying to get interviews. That's not really, interviews are fun. You know what I'm saying? You know, they're cool. I interviewed Sean O'Malley, interviewed Felony Charles Bennett, but they're not, yeah, I'm not dying to interview people. So I'm not really much in the works, you know, but I got work coming up. But yeah, so nothing crazy. Crazy Horse said he's sorry to Jacob De La Cruz. and it's felony. It's felony. Forward says, I doubt her mother spends an hour a day proving her credentials to her critics. Full-time is undisputed #1 fan. No, man. I just see it. Motherfuckers are blind. I just see it. You know, I just see the fucking facts. Like, some people don't see. Some people are blinded by the. All right, my bad. Some people just don't see the facts, man. And when I'm looking at the future, and you know, some people maybe just ain't looking forward. Maybe that's what it is. Forward. That's funny. But yeah, no. I'm out. Later, Harrison, says John Taylor. All right, later. That's fucking hilarious. Damn, full-time left Tanya Suarez insane, my man. No, it was unseen. I didn't see it until I got off work. As soon as I seen it, I responded, but that's fucking hilarious. It left her insane. I didn't see it. Yeah, it was unseen. I didn't see it till I got off work. I checked it, responded like, oh shit, bet, anytime, I'm down. Like, fuck yeah. But all right, so let's go. I'm speeding. We don't got a whole lot to talk about, but this show's already been going on for an hour. I thought this show would go for an hour, but these tangents, man, these tangents. That's how you know I'm an OG, though. I fucked with Felony since Shark Fights. Oh, hell yeah. I don't know if you're being serious or not. He might have, like I said. The only reason me and him weren't fucking speaking is because he's got a lot of trolls that run his chat over there. You know what I'm saying? And people that fuck with channels that don't necessarily fuck with us. I ain't hating full-time. I do the same for Darren Till and Adesanya. Hey, that's the thing. I'm not biased. I'm not related to Kayla. I don't give a fuck about Kayla. I don't give a fuck about getting an interview. Literally, I don't give a fuck about Kayla. As far as like I'm a fan and I see the potential, I don't give a fuck if she ever interviews me. I'm just looking at the potential and seeing, I don't know if you want to call it a hypocrisy or what, the hating. I guess you can say that, but it's not like, you know, she's fucking a mixed chick that I'm defending. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's like, you know, I'm like you're from the UK and you defend people from the UK. It's not like that, I guess. Yeah, it's not like I'm just defending like a fucking American here. That's not my MO. I'm not like a fucking always go with the American kind of guy. I was just defending Jessica Andrade on yesterday's show. And she's Brazilian, so that's not that. It's not like I'm just defending the American over the Brazilian here, because I was just on here going at Rose for Jessica yesterday. So it's unbiased on mine. I've got no fucking forks or stakes in the game. I'm not part of no nation. I mean, I'm a fan of all of these people, but I'm not a diehard for one person. Sean O'Malley's the closest, and I feel like even him I'll be unbiased with. You know, like, I really, you know, like, it's not that serious to me. Like, I don't give a fuck if I get an interview, you know, with any of these people. I don't got no relationships with these people. I'm a fan of the sport. You know, it might sound crazy because some people might look at this like a fucking MMA media or something. I'm literally a fan like you guys. So we're just on here talking. This is just a place we all come together to talk. But other than that, yeah, I really don't give a fuck about, like, going to fights. Like, yeah, I might go to a fight eventually, but I don't want to fucking get a media pass around my neck and show up with my camera on my shoulder. I would do that for the experience, but I've always been the type of guy, I feel like I got the best seat in the house at home. I got the good camera angles. I got the cheap liquor. I can do whatever I want at the crib. kick my feet off, scratch, you know, like, what the fuck ever I need to do. So, like, I'm not really dying to fucking, you know, do anything crazy. So I can just speak my mind, I feel like, a lot of the times. I mean, I want to grow the channel. I was looking at it to grow on the channel for a while, but at the point I'm at now, like, I really, you know, I don't got no stakes in the game. I don't got no fighters I text with, no managers I text with, no fighters that I'm, you know, die hard for. No stakes in the game. I'm just being completely unbiased. I like Cyborg. I love Cyborg. Fucking, she's the best female fighter on the planet. Hell yeah. She's the boogie woman. Motherfuckers don't want to fight her. It's fucked up what the UFC's has done with the featherweight division. Get your money, Cyborg. Hell yeah. Let's get it. But that don't mean I gotta hate on Kayla Harrison because I see the potential. You know what I'm saying? Hey, proper 12 ain't cheap, homie. It's inexpensive. That's the same thing, ain't it? Infamous says, you gotta add Cyborg to the simp segment for the Cyborg simps coming for you. Yo, that's facts. I for sure gotta add Cyborg to the simp segment. And, you know, Cyborg Nation might as well be called Simpborg Nation. Simpborg Nation. The Simpborgs. We got a good name for them. The Cyborg Simps. The Simpborgs. Let's go. Not like she is Claudia Gadea, says Mr. Perfect 2005. Don't take people too serious full-time. MMA is supposed to be fun, and that's why I'm having so much fun with it, because motherfucking Kayla is coming as the two-time, and everybody hating on Kayla Harrison is full of contradictions. Everything you say, I got something for you. You say, oh, she fought someone with a losing record. What happened in her second pro fight? And oh, by the way, who's your favorite fighter? Let's pull up their first fight. Let's see if they fought someone with 7 pro fights in their first pro fight. I'll do it right now. We can pull up John Jones. We can pull up GSP. We can pull up Anderson Silva. We can pull up Chris Cyborg. We can pull up whoever the fuck you want. No one's doing what Kayla's doing. No one's fighting someone with 7 pro fights in their first fight. No one's fighting someone that's 8-2 in their second pro fight. No one's coming to the motherfucking game as the two-time Olympic gold medalist. Pull up Aaron Pico. Don't do that. But no. Zach Freeman, what was he, 8-2 in his first pro fight? This is the new breed, motherfucker. Infamous, this is the new breed, and we're talking WMMA. And he's not your favorite fighter yet. And this is the new breed I'm talking about. So you can rope Aaron Pico in with Kayla Harrison, because this is the new breed, motherfucker. I see what you tried to do there. Bring him in with Kayla. I'm on Aaron Pico. 2. Aaron Pico's legit. He just beat fucking Leandro Higo. Are you kidding me? But this is the new breed I'm talking about. And oh, by the way, all these other fighters that are fucking, everyone thinks that these people can't surpass or whatever the fuck for whatever reason. They're fighting 2018 MMA fighters. John Jones and Cyborg, they started fighting, you know, earlier. Like, what, Cyborg's career might have started in, like, 2003. The girls that were fighting MMA in 2015 were not on the level that they're on today. When Vanessa Porto was 3-1, she's not as good as Josette Cotton is today. Oh, Josette didn't have a ground game. What the fuck did all these know? We didn't know these people. Come on. Let's go. We gotta go. We gotta move on. Please don't add Cyborg to the simp segment. Please. Kayla should fight with some credible opponents, says Arpit Singh. Well, she will eventually. But honestly, if you think about featherweight, there's no credible opponents. Even if she fought fucking Megan Anderson, people would say, oh, well, Megan didn't have a ground game. That's not credible. She would have to literally fight like fucking, what, Holly Holm, and then they'd say, oh, she's a bantamweight. There's no credible opponents. And that's how you know I'm a Cyborg fan, because I'm never on her head. I never say, who the fuck has she really fought? As far as in the UFC. Outside the UFC, I guess you can count that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not a Cyborg hater. I'm not over here just hating on Cyborg every day. Cyborg's the GOAT. As far as MMA came, she's the best at it. But I'm not going to sit here and, like, when I fucking look at Cyborg fight, I see the potential I see in these up-and-coming fighters like the Kevin Lees and shit of the world who use their hands to set up their takedowns to fucking choke you out. Like, if I was being if I wasn't on Team Cyborg, if I was a Cyborg hater, I would be talking a lot differently about how we don't see her ground game as often, about how she's been fighting bantamweights and Kayla Harrison is not. If I was Team Kayla all the way, it would be a different conversation. I would be shutting Cyborg shit down. But I'm unbiased. I'm coming unbiased. I'm not even all as much as I'm. That should let you know Harrison's the real deal. I'm not. This is unbiased potential. I'm not a fucking in her camp. I don't know Kayla Harrison's manager. I don't know her fucking boyfriend, her friends. None of that shit. I don't want to go hang out with Kayla Harrison. I don't want to fucking her autograph from Kayla Harrison. It'd be dope to put on the wall, but I'm not dying for one. I'm not looking for no goddamn Kayla Harrison. Like, I'm not a Harrison fan like that. I don't got her damn book. I'm talking about fighting. Full-Time done shows where he said Cyborg was hot. That's love, not hate. Cyborg does look good in some motherfucking pictures. Fuck you, talking about. Just like any chick. But the thing about Cyborg is, she's a fighter, so she's probably usually in her fucking workout clothes and coming from training. She's not getting dolled up all the time, but she can. She can. Throw on a motherfucking a Instagram filter? No, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah. What you talking about? Gomez versus Harrison, I want to see. Gomez is done. I don't even know who that is, but you ain't fucking with two-time Harrison. Bob Cratchit, Almighty Khan says full-time diabetes. Taco Bell Wani. Jacob De La Cruz says she can't, homie. Bob Cratchit, amen to that. A talk only a diehard would utter aloud, let alone in public. Let's go. All right, guys. That being said, I think you guys know how I'm coming on this Kayla. It ain't changing. It ain't changing. It ain't changing. She's fighting at PFL 11, December 31st. Can't wait. Let's move on, guys, because I got to get to work, and I've spent too much time on this topic. Bro, love your show, but seriously, Harrison sucks. Hey, bro, love your comments sometimes, but seriously, your opinion on Harrison sucks. Infamous MMA says, Kayla or Cyborg, who would you rather simp for? I feel like you're asking who I'd rather smash there. But simp for, I guess, Kayla. I mean, but I don't, yeah. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I guess. But alright, so let's continue. Pros reacted to potential Demetrious Johnson for Ben Askren trade by the UFC and won championship. This trade is crazy, man. Opens up so many potentials. We talked about that a lot at the beginning of the show. Demetrious Johnson, one of the greatest fighters of all time, just lost his belt, arguably, to Henry Cejudo in a close decision in a fight. He dominated the first fight. We were all waiting on the rematch, but Demetrious Johnson has been injured, so he was going to take some time off. Well, now it looks like he's going to be moving to a whole new organization, one championship, Asian-based promotion, and now the MMA world is reacting. Ben Askren says, now you're all in big trouble. He said, anyone know another Russian that needs humbled the old country way? Oh, shit, got a Russian dude over here fucking wrapped up and ready to fucking smash him. I don't want to play it because I don't want to get copy striked. He said, anyone know another Russian that needs humbled? Ben Askren's coming in hot, you guys. He's a guy that's willing to stir up shit. Because I've seen Ben Askren for some reason on his Twitter, like he's been on Sarge Eubanks' head. I'm like, dude, what the fuck? That's so unnecessary. Do you get on everybody's head? Like, he's stirring up a lot of shit, and it's potentially going to be how he has to sell fights. You know what I'm saying? Like a Chael Sonnen, a Colby Covington. When you're a dominant wrestler, you got to sell your fights the old-fashioned way. The old country way. You got to talk some shit, stir up some shit, piss some people off with your words, because you're not going to be exciting too many people with your fighting style unless you decide to box Damian Maia or something because you feel like you can do that. But with the stand-up fighter, that's not your game. You're going to have to get blessed with the right like Khabib or hit him with the overhand right. But other than that, man, you're going to be trying to grind guys out, whether against the fence, whether on the ground. And if you're not posturing up and you're just winning the fight, a lot of people aren't super impressed with that. So, with that being said, what do a lot of these guys do? They talk big shit. And you know another Russian that needs humbled? Piss off the Khabib fans. Retweeting Sarge, this chick is so entitled. Like, Let me pull it up. Fuck it. Ben Askren's coming to the UFC. You guys want some Ben Askren heat? There's going to be people that love Ben Askren, but I have a feeling he's also going to be a little bit of a heel. Ben Askren firing at Joe Ban. Jorge Masvidal. Fucking everybody, bro, coming in hot. Coming in hot. Retweeting Demetrious. So, I mean, pretty much official. I wanted to see the shit on Sarge because I thought it was a little uncaught, but shit, he's clearly going in on everybody. So I think it's probably more of an angle, but it is what it is. When I say angle, I think he's pissing people off. Well, there's been so much news going on lately. Fucking, it was back here, but it was only a couple days ago. He was like talking about how like pretty much Sarge, I guess, seemed a little entitled and shit like that. Either way, but you see clearly, fucking, it didn't stop with her, so there's not really any reason to really dig for that one. But Jorge Masvidal, everybody. Ben Askren's coming in hot. He's coming in. He's probably going to be talking a lot of shit. He's 18-0, though, and he's a good wrestler. If you don't like how he's talking, you're going to have to come shut him up in the octagon. But it is a little, well, not ironic. It's a little bit of an oxymoron to be coming out talking a bunch of trash, saying somebody needs humbled, right? Like, you're talking a lot of trash to the whole roster, but somebody... who needs to see a Russian get humbled? Masvidal, fuck you. Joe Ban, fuck you. You suck. Fucking Sarge Eubanks, you're entitled. Like, speaking of getting humbled, you know, but hey, it is what it is. Ben Askren out here fucking promoting his way back or for his potential upcoming stint in the UFC. Scott Coker reaction. Trades, eh? Michael Chandler says, feed me some new blood. He wants some trades coming Bellator's way. Bob Cratcher says, Askren is honest. He even went after Dana. Yeah, I mean, but that's how a lot of people are, you could say. But just because there's a lot of people that feel a certain way, but when you tweet it out, it's a different story. Yeah, or when you talk trash, like, yeah, you can be honest. A lot of the shit Colby Covington says, there might be a little truth to it, but that doesn't mean it's couth, or that doesn't mean it's received well. Ben Askren could be saying a lot of true shit, but he's also talking a lot of shit. That doesn't mean it's going to be received very well. So there's going to be people that want to see him humbled and shut up. Like, now, I think Ben Askren is going to appeal to the people that appeal to Colby Covington. If you like Colby Covington, you probably like Ben Askren. Now, Ben Askren is less disrespectful even. He's probably not going to say Brazilians are filthy animals. He's probably just going to be talking more shit, but less crossing the line, but still stirring up a lot of shit. And he's a wrestler, so I think they'll probably share a lot of the fans, but, you know, more assholes rock with Colby. Askren will control Masvidal like Maya did. Probably worse, though. I mean, Masvidal doesn't have the best time against wrestlers, especially fucking dominant wrestlers, and that's really what they want to do. So, yeah, but I don't think that'd be a great matchup for Masvidal. If Askren was Muslim, these Khabib fans would love him, says Infamous MMA. Yo, you might have a point there, the Muslim simps, as you say. Jacob De La Cruz says, I hate wrestlers, but I don't underestimate them. So yeah, man, let's see some more. I don't got time to keep fucking getting sidetracked and shit. All right. Aldo, says Patricky Pitbull. Oh, shit, Aldo to Bellator. Ooh, I like it. Lastly, I fight at 135. Although I was a champion. I do it, sadly, for the talented individual flyweight division. If the division is cut, what will happen to everyone? Yeah, people are talking about the flyweight division getting cut, you guys. While you're at it, take these flyweights. You know what I'm saying? They're talking about the flyweight division going bye-bye. Demetrious is gone, and I don't think that's going to happen. I really feel like Henry Cejudo, this is when the flyweight division will go. If the UFC can't sell Henry Cejudo, they'll shut down this division. But Henry Cejudo is a new opportunity to try and sell a flyweight champion. He's bilingual, an Olympic gold medalist, Mexican-American. He fucking is willing to sell a fight with the whole storyline or whatever. He'll do what is needed to sell tickets. He's willing to move up divisions. Everything Demetrious Johnson was not doing. And with that being said, that's the flyweight division's last hope, is Henry Cejudo. He's going to have to really fucking take this division on his back with Demetrious Johnson gone. He might have to turn heel. He's going to have to do something to make people watch these fights. He's going to have to do something or else they're going to fold this division. And some flyweights are worried about that. But if that is the case, maybe Bellator takes them on. Maybe they all go to 1 with Demetrious. The UFC could close the men's flyweight. We got women's flyweight. That's kind of interesting. But I don't know. We'll see. But if that happens, that would be crazy. Eddie Alvarez says, this is getting fun. A lot of history being made. Mighty Mouse, in my opinion, and will be for the long time the best to do it. Of course, he's your one partner. Only one way to find out. Better wrestler, Khabib or Ben Askren. Well, yeah, only one way to find out. If Ben Askren can cut to 155, or I guess if they meet at 165. Gray Odin's Raven. Michael Casey reacting, okay, I put my tinfoil hat on for a moment and it came to me. 4-man UFC Welterweight Grand Prix. Woodley vs. Covington, Askren vs. GSP. Winners face off to fight the champion and championship welterweight GOAT status. Ding, 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 ding. I like that, Chiesa. Michael Chiesa's in here cooking. He's cooking. Woodley vs. Covington, Askren vs. GSP. Okay. Little welterweight Grand Prix. I'm down. Stan MC says, I swear Cejudo has been on record saying that if he got TJ's belt from him, he'd stay up at that weight class. Anyone else recall that? If so, flyweight is not long for this world. I don't recall that. But, yeah, I don't recall that. Staying at 135. I don't recall that. I haven't even ever heard him saying anything about a bad weight cut. You know, like, saying, like, maybe it's tough, but he's a wrestler. I think he's good. Because, yeah, what if you beat TJ and then, like, fucking lose to Dom? Do you not go back down to flyweight or something? Like yeah. Almighty Khan says, training and fighting is completely different. You would know this if you did either. Well, yeah, no shit, Sherlock. I think everybody does know that. Mr. Perfect 2005 says, we know Bede Aldo in the UFC. Damn, my nigga's fingers are all over the place. No, we need Aldo in the UFC. He can't do lightweight or featherweight. Yeah, I want to see fucking Aldo McGregor too at lightweight. Almighty Khan, you need to be an asshole. You seen my lol joking. Send 125 to Asia. They'll be big over there. I agree. Yeah, they can go to 1. Some of them can go to 1. Some go to 135. Pat Miletich, UFC bringing in Ben Askren is like the UFC funding and arming the what the fuck Mujahideen against Russia and Afghanistan. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. It's classic stuff because Askren is being brought in as a hitman. I wonder who are they bringing him in for? Oh, Khabib? You think they're fucking bringing Ben Askren in to beat Khabib? I don't know about that. But maybe. But that would be like forcing Khabib up to another weight class. Khabib will retire on your ass. That don't make no goddamn sense. From reliable sources, UFC really close. That's a joke. Trading CM Punk for Bob Sapp. Trade deadline. Dean Thomas. That's pretty funny. All right, guys, let's move on to the news. To the news. We got to motherfucking get through this, dude. I'm gonna be late for work. Damn it. All right, let's go. Ben Askren wants despicable Colby Covington after he gets beat up by Tyron Woodley. So he's saying he'll fight Colby Covington after he gets smacked up by Woodley. He says Covington might get beat up by Woodley, but first I'm calling dibs on whipping him next. He's despicable. I think Usman might have something to say about that, and I bet you this don't happen. I bet you don't see nobody talking about Ben Askren versus Kamaru Usman. All motherfuckers are talking about Askren and Khabib and GSP. Well, if you want to fight Covington, how about you fight Usman? Fight Usman and winner fights the loser. Welterweight Grand Prix. Well, I guess you'd have to have GSP. Well, GSP probably don't want to be in it. He don't want to be in this thing. Askren versus Usman. Covington versus Woodley. We got some welterweights. Okay. But Askren says, notice none of these welterweights are saying my name right now. They think if they hide their heads in the sand, some other poor lamb will be taken for slaughter. Ooh, I like that tweet. I like ye. But, so he's saying he wants to get his hands on Colby Covington, and you know Colby Covington is responding to the jobber, Ben Askren. And I might be wrong, but the first place I heard people calling fighters jobbers was this, like, betting podcast. It's called, like, Half the Battle or something. You know, when I'm looking for MMA podcasts or something before work and I can't find anything, like, I've heard them a couple of times, and it's pretty cool, good one. And I heard him calling fighters jobbers, and now I've seen Colby Covington saying that a lot. And I bring that up because a lot of people, right, they see us smaller channels that don't have recognition. You know, a lot of the fighters do, and not just fighters, they're managers and shit like that. Like, I've seen, I don't want to put them on blast, but bigger, you know, I'll put 3 out there. Like, you know, there's like MMA News, MMA Junkie, BJ Penn, MMA Fighting. I've seen bigger news websites use lines and shit from smaller YouTube channels and shit. So it's interesting whenever I see, but also, you know, it's the MMA community. Maybe fucking someone else you said jobber and, you know, heard it on the pod. It's a full circle. But I thought that was pretty interesting that he was calling him a jobber. He says, this guy's a joke. He says, he's a jobber. He has a padded record. He hasn't fought anybody. If he comes over to the UFC, let him work his way up. He's got to earn his way up. He hasn't done anything worthy. But the guy's a joke. He's not on my level, and he knows it. He wants to say these things. He's old. He's past his prime too, man. And this is my time now. All these guys know it, and that's why all these guys want to fight me now, because they know it's my time. Actually, I think it's because they want to beat the fuck out of you and shut you up, but he says, and when they lose, to me, it's going to be the biggest paycheck to ever get. To lose to me? So Ben Askren's a joke. The guy has no skills. He hasn't hurt a fly in 10 years. He was like in mount on the Russian for 5 rounds and didn't put a scratch on the guy's face. So, I mean, the guy can't strike. He's scared to strike. I mean, it's an easy fight, but he's got a padded record, so we'll see what happens. So he's open to the fight, man. He's open to the fight. Now, staying on welterweights, Jorge Masvidal offered a fight with Nick Diaz. Does that mean Nick Diaz will accept? Who knows? But Nate Diaz did give Jorge Masvidal his respect, because when Nate Diaz said that the whole game went silent, he said, respect to Masvidal, because you didn't go silent. Even though he didn't stay on to fight Masvidal, he said pretty much respect to Masvidal. Well, now the UFC's offering a fight with Masvidal and Nick Diaz. And man, I would love to see Masvidal versus Nate or Nick Diaz. I just don't see the Diaz brothers fighting until it happens. And even when it gets booked, something's gonna fucking happen. Diaz was back, or was he? Because Poirier got injured, and he's not fighting nobody else. He's not staying on the card. So if the reason that Nate Diaz was back is because he wants to fight, well, then why aren't you fighting? Why don't you stay on the card? Why don't you fight Masvidal? Or why don't you reschedule a fight ASAP if you want to fight? So I don't know if they want to fight right now. And I don't blame them. I mean, as a fan, I don't like it, but I don't blame them. If you don't need to fight, if you're making money outside of the octagon, I mean, would you fucking rather show up to a day of hard sparring and not make anything? Or would you rather show up to a fucking club, or not even a club, a dispensary, sign some autographs, sell some weed, and make some money? It's a fucking easy choice, so I don't blame them if that's what's going on. What I don't like is that they're playing games with my fucking emotions. Quit playing games with... my bad. Don't play with my emotions. Flirt with the fight. That's what I don't like as a fan. But with that being said, Front Row Brian reported an interesting news item today. And he doesn't have a check mark, and I don't know if he works for any MMA websites, but I do know the name Front Row Brian, and also Jorge Masvidal liked this tweet. I don't think he would like it if it was fake news. Another interesting news item today. Game Bred Fighter has been offered a fight with Nick Diaz. Jorge has accepted. No word yet from Nick. Keep in mind, Nick has been offered several fights since becoming eligible again, declined them all. So, we'll see if Nick Diaz wants to come back and fight Masvidal. But, you know, the UFC has to offer guys contracts every so often on their end. They have to offer Nick fights while he's under contract. So he's offering them to him, probably declining them. Like, nah, I'm good. Nick's probably not even seeing the contract. His manager might shut that shit down before it goes to Nick. But we'll see. Gunnar Nelson versus Alex Oliveira in the works for UFC 231. Oh, guys, check this out. I want to see if it works. Type in I quote. See if it pulls up a quote. Do I have to type it over here? Yeah. So there's quotes, and I got a bunch of quotes loaded up. And I think the cooldown is like 60 seconds. But throughout the thing, like, if you type in quote, and I wanted to put it on a timer, but if you type in like exclamation mark quote, you'll just see a bunch of dope ass MMA quotes. Like an MMA quote will pop up. So yeah, I just saw the anti-bagel bot and thought about that. It's a 60-second cooldown, so I don't know if it's been 60 seconds, infamous MMA, but if in 60 seconds you should be able to do it again. Gunnar Nelson said, and there's some funny quotes, there's some legit quotes, there's some dope shit. Gunnar Nelson says, versus Alex Oliveira. Gunnar Nelson versus Alex Oliveira in the works for UFC 231. I actually saw an updated card and it had it on there, so I think it's going down. Gunnar Nelson versus Cowboy Oliveira. That's going to be fun. That sausage finger says Stamina MC. UFC 231 fight card. Holloway versus Ortega, featherweight title fight. Shevchenko versus Jacek, flyweight title fight. Olivier Albin Mercier versus Gilbert Burns, going down. Chad LaPrice, Diego Lima, good fight. Hakeem Dawodo versus Kyle Bochniak, love it. Devin Clark versus Alexander Raychik, ooh, that's heat. Claudia Gadea, Nina Ansaroff, fun fight. Interesting matchmaking. Brad Katona versus Matthew Lopez. Brad Katona, the fucking SBG Irish Superman and shit, undefeated coming through. Let's see if he can beat Matthew Lopez. That's a tough fight. Jimmy Manuel, Thiago Santos. Damn, Cardis, it's heat. Eric Anders, Elias Theodoro as well. What the fuck? John McDessie, Diego Ferreira, Caitlin Chukagian, Jessica I, Mirsad Beck, Decanato Moicano, and Gunnar Nelson versus Alex Oliveira. UFC 231 is stacked. Motherfucking stacked. What the fuck? Who the fuck is that guy? He's got to bring up a different quote than that one, because before the stream I tested it and that's the one it brought up. I got like 22 fucking quotes in there, bro. This should bring up a different one. I've already seen who the fuck is that guy too many times now. But 231 is stacked. Holy shit, guys. With that being said, Brandon Vera to defend one championship heavyweight title November 23rd in Manila. Former UFC fighter, also the guy that kicked Angela Magana out of the motherfucking gym. He said, you gotta go, ho. Nobody, after the whole little cyborg pressing charges shit, he said, sweetie, you gotta get the fuck up out of my gym. So Brandon Vera is also fighting for one. That's dope. Now, we got a little more news to talk about. It involves Derek Lewis. So, you know it's time for the motherfucking UFC Yankovic skit. Yo. Fat Devil. Rap Devil. Let's get it. Make sure you subscribe to UFC Yankovic. Somebody grab him some chicken. This fucking guy is fat. How the fuck he gon' beat me? And Volkov just put this guy on his back. I hope you know no one is scared of you, especially not DC. And you can call me Daniel Cormier or Double Chips. You know you cannot beat me. And yeah, I'm talking to Lewis. If you want to scrap, we can do this. I know that you're black. I know you're a beast. I know that you're fat and you're stupid. I'm back on my bullshit and lacking my cool. At UFC 230, I'll spaz on this fool. He's not gonna beat me because he's lacking the tools. This nigga can't breathe when he's splashing the pool. No cardio, ho. And it's probably gonna show when I take him down and I beat him up, cause that's all that I know. They call me Daniel Cormier. I'm coming to defend my title. If he think that he can beat me, then this motherfucker's psycho. Bitch, I'm gone. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back. Let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. I'm sick of your bad back and you're still fat. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you being black and wearing MAGA hats. Let's talk about it. I'm sick of you getting smashed and then coming back. Let's talk about it. Or we can get dirty at UFC 230 and you can get sparked about it. Make sure you subscribe to UFC Yankovic. We're 839 subscribers. Once we hit 1,000, it's going to be a motherfucking party and we're doing a giveaway. If you haven't subscribed to UFC Yankovic yet, I take it personal. It's not business, it's personal. You clearly ain't fucking with your boy. But it's all good, it's all good. Let's move on with the show. Derek Lewis discusses the role sex is playing in his preparations for UFC 230. And, hey, he's got a little bit of a point. I kind of see where he's coming from. Cardio, okay. You know what I'm saying? The motherfucking, kind of like you're sprawling, right? The long stroke, sprawls. Same hip movement. Sprawling. Maybe. Yeah, kind of okay, Derek. Let's see what Derek Lewis had to say. He said, right now, I'm a 2X. Usually I'm a 3X, but I'm slimming down, so I'm slimming down a little bit, so I'm a 2X. He said, but I've been doing nothing but cardio, even the sex. The sex really been helping my hips. I know Cormier is a wrestler, so you really got to get them hips down on him, and I've been working them hips really good. How do you not love this guy? This motherfucker's hilarious. He said, not me, sometimes a couple of times I had sex the same day I fought just to see if that myth was right, and it wasn't. But he said, but I was sleepy afterwards. I still had some energy, though. He said, I think Cormier's going to come out and try to wrestle me, try and get me tired, try to push the pace. I know he might not say that I'm on his level, but I think I am, and he's thinking that I'm not really. He's thinking that it's going to be an easy fight for him, thinking that I don't train hard like he does just because he's an Olympic wrestler, thinking that it's going to be an easy night for him. Everyone else is a mixed martial artist. I'm not a mixed martial artist. I'm a brawler. Basically, I guess they just thinking I've been winning my fights by luck. I just think that I've been winning my fights on heart. Let's go. Derek Lewis. Swiggity swinging, biggity banging, like I'm turning left, I'm biggity busting the right. Let's go. H-Town. All right, guys, with that being said, I'm pretty sure that's it for the show. We had a long show. We had a fun show. Pause. Wait. Oh, let's check this out. New version of the Simp segment. It's still the Simp segment, but my boy Stamina MC gave me an idea. We're going to check out the Simp segment, and we're going to look at the comments. The actual simps. We're going to look at the fucking people and what they're saying in the comments on the Simp segment. Have them add a little humor to it. Little less awkward sausage fest. A little more humor. Still fun. Right? Let's check this out. All right. Then we're getting out of here. So I just want to see some of the comments and see if this is going to be funny in the future. All right. Let me go to Instagram. Alright, Danny Phoenix. See some of the comments. All the not in English. Next try. Stitch Albu. It's a video. Check the comments. Great asset you possess, dear. Hermosa. What a nice huge bags. No, this is already great. I don't know, but I want to get on the casting couch sequel for this. Oh, that is hilarious. All right, guys, but yeah, I gotta go. So with that being said, thank you guys for coming through to the stream today, man. Let me get that off the screen. I gotta get to work. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. For all you Harrison haters, full time is out there. You want to debate? Come on the show. I got the facts. Facts, big facts. All right, guys, my bad. I felt like doing that. It is what it is, man. With that being said, I'll see you motherfuckers tomorrow for Friday, the night before the fight. Let the full-time family know what you think in the comments. I'm out. I'm bad about you.